Hey everyone, it's Ken, Ray, Two Drunk Brothers Garage, with part 6 of Big Bertha.
Big Bertha, and still continuing a little bit of the yard cleanup. Kenny's gonna be, he actually already started this morning before I got over here. He's working in the backyard. I'll go out and film it and show you some of that. And I'm gonna continue working on that mounting plate for the engine stand. See if I can get the engine mounted on the engine stand and maybe get the oil pan pulled off today and start looking at that. Did make a phone call on a new replacement pressure plate and clutch and throw-out bearing and pilot bearing. They don't have a clutch. They don't have the pressure plate. They had one,
But they sold it.
but they can redo ours.
They can refurbish them.
So the problem is we're running out of time, and we know Big Bertha runs with the transmission as it is, drives. It's just the clutch is almost all the way out. But I'm getting ready to go back to work, a little bit longer hitch this time 12 weeks instead of 9. So what we'll probably do is when I get back from work, we'll pull her in, just drop the transmission, pull the clutch and pressure plate, send it to them to get rebuilt, and then they're gonna send it back with a new pilot bearing and a new throw-out bearing. So I just don't want to leave Big Bertha not being able to move.
Get out of here, because by the time he gets back, it's gonna be probably some snow on the ground.
Well, we could get it out of here.
Yeah, we could get it out of
would just be sitting wherever it's at.
Yeah.
If we get her running and she's not puking oil out, like bleeding like she's stuck pig, you can drive it around.
Yeah.
Why not? That's what we're doing this for.
Yeah. Well, we got to get the rear end figured out too.
Yeah. 35 gets you there.
Yeah, really slow. Make my new work truck.
No rush. No rush. Anyhow, we're gonna start working again today.
All right, everybody, it's the next morning. I did pick up those grade 8 bolts. Those are gonna be for going through the tab into the engine block. We had some stainless steel 1/2-inch stuff. It's actually metric, but close enough to bolt plate, the original plate to the new plate. So right now I'm gonna get this laid out. I'm gonna lay out a couple holes to bolt this together, and I'll trace a couple slides, so we got a little bit of movement for the ear tabs. They're not obviously going to be this much movement, but just as long as we have some movement for the tabs, we should be okay. So I'm going to get those traced out and cut out. That's going to be the fun thing. Maybe I'll try the plasma cutter again at a different outlet in the garage that doesn't have so much stuff on it, and I don't know which outlet I'm gonna find that at, but I'll search around. Kenny is out continuing cleaning up his backyard there. He's moving a pile of stumps out and putting them over on the back corner of the lot. That's gonna be a burn pile for probably this winter once the snow flies. But as you can see, there's where his grass came around this way. So he's gonna smooth that all out and just kind of expand the backyard here. But he's still working at it. So I got one hole drilled. I'm just using our drill press here. I got 3 more to go for the plate to plate bolts. And then I don't know if I'm gonna do 2 holes. And then, I don't know, maybe use a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade or a Sawzall to finish the elongated hole. I don't know, plasma cutter. Haven't decided yet, but 1 down, 3 to go for the middle plate. Okay, got those 4 bolts or holes drilled for those bolts. Now I just gotta figure out where or how I'm gonna do the little elongated holes for the ear tabs, to extend the ear tabs out. All right, so I had an idea. Don't know if it's a good idea or not. I guess we'll find out. But I just got that plate bolted to the factory plate temporarily. I will point out that this thing is a little hokey and I might fix it. This is the pin to keep it from spinning. And it's got multiple holes in the orange, but the black down there, I don't know if you guys can see that, doesn't have a hole that goes through the bottom of that in there. So I might take the 1/2-inch drill bit and reach down in there and see if I can punch through that just to make this. The pin's got room to drop down about a 1/2 inch. So I just think it would be a little bit better of a lock. I don't know, kind of a hokey thing. But anyhow, my idea was, because we are building this plate extension specifically for this motor, I don't need a lot of adjustment room for the tabs. If I mount 4 tabs, kind of tighten them up, push this up to there, mark the holes, and then just drill 4 holes instead of elongated holes. That's my plan. Let's see if it works. Kenny just come in the garage and got me and said that he's quarter tank on the little guy, but he's doing a pretty nice job of getting there nice and level over here. He's really only looking at from the shop over to kind of extend back. That's why he's piling everything up over here. That'll be a burn pile. That over there is some nasty stumps and everything. I told him to just put it all in the burn pile. It'll all burn eventually, but we'll get there. There's some of the rocks that I pulled out of his front of his shop where he smoothed that gravel over yesterday. And anyhow, I'm gonna do a fuel run, go get 5 gallons to get him through the day. I'm hauling this over to my house tonight. I'll just stop by the gas station and fill it up on my way to the house. So there's the dirt. Kenny got this all smoothed out yesterday. I had an old box spring that I used when I did my driveway, so I brought it over here and drug it around with this quad, and that was the pile of rocks that you've seen back there at the back of the house. Turned out pretty decent. All right, I think I'm getting somewhere. I ended up doing the top 2 bell housing bolts and going through the 2 plates. And then now 2 bottom ones, I just need to reach down in there, mark a hole in the plate over here, and then disassemble it, take the plate over to the drill press, drill 2 holes, put the bolts in there. Still want to, I still want to drill down so that pin goes all the way down in there. But hopefully this thing will hold. That will be the next test. So I can't get down in there to mark the hole for that ear. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pencil and mark that part, and down in there, mark on the top of that. And then I'll disassemble it, I'll pull this off, I'll lay the ear out, center punch the hole there. I already marked this one over here. And that should give me a rough estimate of where to put the hole, because I can't get in there to mark it. So now I got the plate removed. You can see my marks there from the ear. I removed one of the ears, and I will line it up on the marks. It's hard to see the pencil line, but it is there. Line it up on the mark there. Doesn't have to be exact, and then I'll just mark. This is hard. I'm trying to film. But you guys get the idea. I'm just gonna mark the circle with the pencil, then I'll center punch the hole, do the same thing over here, and punch 2 more holes in that plate. Okay, so I got the mount all bolted up, drilled that out, so that pin dropped all the way down now. Yeah, 2 top, 2 extreme bottom. I don't know. Guess we'll see if it's gonna hold. I'm gonna go grab Kenny. I hear the chainsaw running, so he must be off the excavator right now, but bring him in here so he can see epic failure. Maybe a succeed. Guess we'll see. There he is cutting up some of them. He's cutting the stumps off of those spruce trees just so he can throw the stumps in a different pile, but he's still cleaning up a little bit over here, but looking a lot better. All right, everybody, Kenny's gonna be the guinea pig and see if this is a failure or a success. Here we go. The stand is rated for 1,000 pounds. We'll see what my plate is rated for.
And this motor weighs how much?
760 something dry.
Of course, we're gonna lose all the antifreeze
Yeah.
out of that.
Oh yeah, it's been peeing on me all day long. Man, I don't see any slack out of that yet.
Oh, I'm letting it slowly.
I'm kind of worried about these lower.
It's slack.
It's slacked. All right. Hey. All right. 2 drunk brothers garage success. Actually,
After
modifying the engine stand.
because
It's-
nobody makes an engine stand for these. If they do, we ain't paying
well,
$500 for one.
I'm sure that there's engine stands for these for sure. We just don't have it, and
We ain't gonna buy one.
looks like my plate is holding.
Don't see why it wouldn't.
All right. Well, thanks, Kenny. Okay, Kenny and I decided we're not going to tear apart the engine until next week. He goes back to work in the morning. He's coming off of his weekend, and we'll tackle that next week when he's on his 3-day off stretch. So I went ahead and picked up the floor, the tarp that was underneath there with all the dirt. We're probably not going to roll this out today and power wash it. We'll do that next week on his first day off, get it power washed. But I am going to come up in here maybe with some Dawn and water spray and just start cleaning up see what I can do cleaning up the light stuff. Not the heavy stuff down on the frame rails and everything, but maybe some of this light dirt on the firewall and just start cleaning it up a little bit. I'm slowly but surely getting it. It's cleaning up pretty decent. Don't know if we'll keep it that color, but I'm kind of leaning towards keeping that, the red, long as that'll clean up a little bit over there. where it's black, that might be painted. And then just rattle can these black, and the inner fender well's black, and after we power wash it, but kind of liking the red. Let's go see what Kenny's getting into. Got all those dead spruce trees done over there. Leaving the birches, thinned them out. Those should start growing really nice and become some really nice trees. He's got a couple spruce there and a couple spruce there. Anything that wasn't dead that was growing good, he's obviously kept. He's just cleaning up. He still needs to walk up here with the excavator to the front yard. That's 10 yards of dirt right there, and there was quite a big hole there, so he's gonna smooth up his front lawn here. Maybe throw some grass seed down there. I don't know if that's his plan or not, but that's the last thing he's got to do after he gets the backyard cleaned up. I just seen the excavator go by the shop windows there, so looks like Kenny is kind of cleaned up. I think he's gonna come with that box spring and drag it with the four-wheeler around here to just to kind of get rid of the tracks and everything. But oh, it looks like he got a little dead tree off of the property line there. Thought maybe he was heading up towards the gravel pile, which I think he is doing. And that dirt spot there, he had gravel delivered there quite a while ago. He was just finally able to smooth it out.
Alrighty, everyone. This is the
End
of day 6.
Part 6. Yeah, because one of the parts had a couple days.
But part 6.
Part 6. I got the engine stand rigged together. It's holding.
It's holding.
I did a little cleanup on the firewall, as you guys seen. Kenny.
Got my backyard done as
Yep.
good as I want to do it.
Yep. And I'll be loading it up, taking it to my house tonight, and
Then we'll
starting my project. But I probably won't film any of that for the channel. We only did Kenny's because we were here working together. So.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But I might shoot over to Ray's after work on my way home from work, and
I'll put him to work picking up rocks like he did to me today. Jeez. Anyhow, everybody. Cheers.
cheers.
Cheers, brother. If you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up.
Comment, subscribe,
Hit the notification
button.
bell.
and we'll see you in the next part.